Hello friends, it's Garden Tour Saturday. Our host is Grandma Sandy, and we have co-hosts Lisa from Growing on Vancouver Island, Suffolk Susie, and PatriciaNCube. My watermelon is not growing and the leaves don't look very good. I am going to try the homemade fertilizer that Krista of Almost a Green Acre described. It's with water, yeast, and sugar. And I made some last night. It's supposed to sit for 24 hours. So I'm going to fertilize all my plants with it and see what happens. Here is the tomato plant that only had one blossom, and now I have at least 3 tomatoes. And so they're growing. And my peppers, I have 4 peppers in there. Kind of hard to see. Oop, there's one. He's getting big. And then this plant has lots of little green tomatoes. These will be cherry tomatoes of some sort, I believe. And the other plant will be a larger tomato. So everything seems to be going. We do have cooler weather. I hope we do get some warmer days. My no-dig flower bed remains intact. The plants are growing. The celosia, which is the feathery plants that are in the front, are growing. I almost lost this big plant. Can't remember the name of it right at the moment. But there was a day we had a little bit of rain. I thought that was enough and I didn't water. And the next day it was all humped over and it looked like the flowers were dying. But I watered it really good and I keep on doing it even on a cool day, and it popped right back up. So we have a cute little bee here again. And of course, Smokey, I think he knows not to. Smokey, I think he knows not to do anything, although there might be mice under the cardboard because they keep snooping around underneath it. So everything looks good. I think something might have eaten the vinca flowers because they disappeared. So one of my viewers said I should have a name for this little town, and so for now I'm calling it Train Town. If anybody has a better name, put it down in the comments. It would be fun to see what you come up with. I'm getting some new buds on my rose bush. It'd been a week or two since they all died, and I fertilized it, and now they're coming back. So I'm going to have a bunch of nice big roses, big red roses, or clumps of roses. I haven't showed you my maple tree for a while. It's just kind of hanging in there. You can see some of the leaves are changing color. They have brown tips, so I'm just hoping that the roots get in deep enough that it's going to survive the winter. And then my kiwi tree, it's kind of doing the same thing. There really isn't any new growth on it. And it's so hard to know when they're new plants if you water it enough or too much. You see the ground is pretty damp from yesterday, so I think I'll hold off. Looks like something's eating it too. There are a lot of hungry critters out here. Here's my flowers. As you can see, we are loaded up for the winter. Just kind of wonder what kind of a winter we're going to have this year. It was kind of mild last year, and it's supposed to be a La Nina, so that usually means more moisture and cold, I think. More moisture for sure. Up here it's cold. Here you can see the view of my fire pit garden. As far as there's very dry. This area right here, a lot of topsoil came off. Actually, this whole top area. So I think it would be fun to add more cardboard and soil and get the soil working. I might work on that next year. Save up some cardboard and get some soil and put it around the fire pit garden and the pine tree. That was a volunteer pine. Just came up one day and I started watering it, and it's doing well. Here's sort of an ugly area. You can see there's a path. That's the animals' path going around the house. So that little triangle space, I think I'd like to clear it up and maybe put a bush in there. Something nice to look at from the windows. It feels like fall today. It's in the 60s. It's overcast, and I just saw a flock of birds leave the meadow. I think it's a little bit early. I think it's around 60 degrees. I want to thank you so much for stopping by today and watching my video. I do appreciate you so much. And if you like the content, would you please give it a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you join my little YouTube family. Also, be sure and comment and share if you know someone who would like this. Have a wonderful day wherever in the world you are.